Hello mates, I hope you're all doing well. So today I'm doing yet another showcase / judgment of some traditional tattoo photos that I've gotten from various Facebook / Instagram pages that I follow. I will put up all of the names of the artists as well as their Instagram handles so you can go and check them out if you do like what you see. So without further fucking about, we all want to look at some sick ass traditional tattoos, don't we? So let's get into it. So first up, we have this beautiful traditional style, almost like a pin-up girl. She's wearing a leather jacket, she's got like a little headband in, and she looks badass as all hell. So in case you can't tell, I absolutely fucking love this, and I am very jealous of this person who gets to go around sporting this on them for the rest of their life. She's just so beautiful. I mean, look at her beautiful green eyes. The makeup is done impeccably well with the red underneath her eyes and the lipstick. Her eyebrows are on fleek, if that is something that people still say, and if that is in fact what that means. She's got some big hoop earrings in, and you know what they say, the bigger the hoops, the badder the bitch. And she looks bad ass. The leather jacket is done really well as well. Obviously it's very simple with just saturated black and then clean skin to act as like the highlights and as the buttons with, I think that's got a little bit of white highlights in it. Bit of white highlights in her beautiful eyes as well. I really love the flower fillers actually around her as well, and the strategic placement of them. They are placed very well. And overall, this is just a really beautiful tattoo that, like I say, I am very jealous of. So next up, we have this badass coffin with a scythe in the background, and then we've got a banner that says "Pushing Daisies" over the top of it. Also got a couple of flower fillers in there as well. So this is a badass gothic tattoo, and I am well into that. Something that immediately jumps out to me actually is the fact that they've like included like brown shading in the scythe to act as like a highlight. That's really cool and kind of quirky, but it works really nicely for this tattoo. Some really clean line work, clean lettering as well. I just love how much black shading is featured throughout this tattoo. I know that I say that constantly, but I absolutely love just loads of black shading in a traditional tattoo, and this is a really great example of that being done really well and really effectively. I mean, the shading in this is so perfect. Everything is so saturated. The artist clearly knows how to pack their colours in, and this is another one that's just a really badass traditional tattoo. So I came across this person. They posted this photo in one of the Facebook pages that I'm a part of. I think it's the I think this one is from the Better American Traditional Tattoo group. I think that's what it's called. What stood out to me is this person is actually an apprentice, and this is an unbelievably good apprentice tattoo, so I wanted to feature them in this video. It's just a really clean, simple tattoo, just done really well. I love that the only colour featured in the tattoo is in the flames, which immediately makes them pop and makes the whole tattoo pop. It's a really simple idea but done really effectively, and it's just a really clean tattoo. A burning church is always going to be a pretty badass tattoo as well. You've got to be a bit of a baller to sport this on you, a bit of a badass. What time is on the clock? Would you say it's 4 o'clock, or would you say that's 20 past 12? I would say 20 past 12, I think. But yeah, a really great apprentice tattoo. Go and show this artist some love. So next up, we've got this really cool like Sacred Heart tattoo with some flowers on the front of it. This is another one that's really simple but done really well. It's a pretty interesting colour palette actually used throughout this, with red and yellow and orange and green. Have I missed any? There's like a different shade of red, or more like pink, salmony kind of colour in the centre flower as well. There's not as much kind of black in this as I maybe would personally prefer. Like in a traditional heart tattoo, I quite like to see like a lot of black shading towards like the bottom of the tattoo, if that makes sense, which this artist has not featured, but that's just like a preference thing. This is still a really fucking great tattoo. The colour palette is great, all of the colours complement each other so nicely, and the line work is absolutely on point, clean as all hell. Yeah, a very nice Sacred Heart tattoo. Oh, so next up we've got a beautiful lady head tattoo. I am an absolute sucker for a lady head tattoo, like especially when it's like on the top of the arm, kind of shoulder area. It is the perfect place to put a really beautiful lady head tattoo, and this is a really beautiful lady head tattoo. Again, really clean, a really very nice design as well. That is a cute little nose. The nose, I would say, is probably the easiest thing to fuck up in a lady head tattoo. That is a beautiful little nose though. I mean, look at her eyes as well. So beautiful. Staring right into my soul right now. She's got a little tattoo on her face as well. This is a cool little detail. I'm into that. I absolutely love this green for the makeup. Really brings all of your attention to these beautiful eyes. This is a really beautiful composition. I love the hair as well, and I know that I've probably said this a fair few times in my videos before, but when hair is done like this in a traditional tattoo, I always think it looks like Mr. Whippy kind of ice cream, but this is some delicious hair. A really very nice lady head tattoo. I mean, not the greatest quality photo in the world, but you certainly get the idea, and it is very nice indeed. Oh, next up we've got another really badass tattoo. We've got a wolf head that's been shot full of arrows. I absolutely would love to have something like this on me, like on the front of my thigh. Enough about me and the tattoos that I want though. This tattoo is so sick. Again, another tattoo that features a lot of heavy black shading. Of course Ali's gonna love it, but like the fur is done so well, and then you've got like the highlight on the top of his head. He's got some big bushy eyebrows as well. Nice. Again, another really great color palette with just black, red, yellow and brown in there. You don't need any more than that though. It works so well for this tattoo. Another one that is an absolutely badass tattoo with a lot of just tiny little details. Like if I zoom in on, like, it's got the red in the nostrils, a bit of red for the top of the gums. There's just little things like when you zoom in on those kind of things, those are the things that you don't necessarily notice unless you're like looking really close up at the tattoo, but it's those little details that really make this tattoo as strong as it is. Yeah, I fucking love that. Okay, so next up we've got this cool like lady head, panther head combination. Like if you look at it one way, it's a panther, but if you look at it the other way, it's a really beautiful lady head. I absolutely love these kind of tattoos. Like normally you would see like a lady head mixed with like a demon head. I don't think I've seen before a lady head mixed with like a panther, but this works really very well indeed. Oh, and it's another one that's got loads of black shading in it. Do you like it, Ali? I fucking love it. It's difficult to decide who is more ferocious here. Is it the panther or is it the lady? I think the lady might just take it, you know? I mean, this is so simple and it looks pretty small, like not much bigger than palm size on this person's body, I'm imagining. But it's just so well done. Such a clean design for something that can get quite kind of convoluted as well. They've kept it pretty simple and it's all the better for it. Look at it this way though, with the lady's face. Look how fucking terrifying she looks. Again, another one with a really simple nose, but you don't get the nose right, the whole thing falls apart. Nose is done right here. I love the choice to add the beauty spot as well. Look at her fucking eyes, man. Do not fuck with her. That is a really intimidating lady, but a really beautiful lady at the same time. I'm into that. This is such a clean tattoo, such clean lines, clean packed in shading. What a fucking sick tattoo. Okay, next up. Oh, hello. We've got this like fucking satanic three-eyed goat ram thing. This is when I should research what animal this actually is before I hit record. Let's call it a goat ram thing. It's probably one of those things, right? I fucking love this. Feels slightly like it is trying to hypnotize me right now, but I'm very tempted to just let it because it's sick. Look at how cool this contrast is between the blue and the yellow in the eyes, and then the red behind, which makes them stand out even more. This is such a cool colour palette. It's such a cool choice to include blue in this. I think that is the colour that really kind of stands out because it's something different but really makes the whole tattoo pop. Again, very very clean lines indeed. Love this like pepper shading in the horns. Like I was saying with the wolf head before, the more you look at this, the more you notice like little details which you wouldn't necessarily notice like immediately, but the little details really bring it all together, like the little bit of red for the nostrils again, and then this like really tiny bit of like yellow highlight on the nose. There's quite a lot going on with the colours in the shading, but it just makes it really like mesmeric. A really very cool tattoo that is literally, I feel like I want to just like go inside it, do you know what I mean? Like it's fucking hypnotizing me. Especially the third eye, gonna steal my soul. Okay, next we have this scorpion with 3 lady heads on the back of it. This is a really unique design. I have never seen something like this before, and that is why I chose to include it in this video, because it's just really fucking cool. The first thing that draws me in, and this might sound kind of obvious, but it's not 3 of like the same lady. Each of them has like a different facial expression, which when you think about, each face would be really tiny. Like, I have a guitar pick here, okay? That is probably the same size as the face, and yet there is so much detail in such a tiny little thing, and each face really draws you in. Like this middle one is particularly grumpy looking. This bottom one is so beautiful, like with the eyes closed, she looks absolutely angelic. This one's cool as well, but a really cool and pretty unique design. I love how simple the scorpion is in itself. Like, it's mostly black shading, and then it looks like we've maybe got like a little bit of brown in there, a couple of yellow highlights. Kept it really simple, put it on like a red background. This blue for the makeup for the girls though is absolutely stunning. Can't get over how beautiful the bottom one is. She's absolutely fucking stunning. She's terrifying. The middle one reminds me of my wife a little bit, like when I haven't done the dishes. That is what she is giving right now. Don't mess with her. A fucking sick tattoo though. And then we have the last one, which is a bit of Soda Jerry Flash, but done really well, so I thought I'd include it. It's line work as clean as you like. I love the green that they've used for like the shorts / the makeup, and they've added some white highlights for her eyes as well, which immediately draw you to the eyes. Got this cool little detail in her boots at the bottom. The skin is done so well with just brown and then clean skin for the highlights. And look how like deep this red is. Look how much saturation is in the red top. Look at her eyes, man. A traditional tattoo with like really well done eyes is always going to absolutely steal my soul without even trying. I mean, look at them, look at her makeup. She's a beautiful cowgirl. This is such a badass tattoo and a great take on a bit of Soda Jerry Flash. And that is it. Those are my reactions to some really cool traditional tattoo photos. If you did enjoy this video, give it a like and hit the subscribe button and all of that other YouTube bollocks. If you like the music that you're hearing in the background, well, it was actually all produced by me. I've got another channel where I post beats / instrumentals that I've written for singers to use to write songs to, so if that is something that you are interested in, I'll put a link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.